Scottish
No.
Jerry.
Record.
Your second is up.
Check, 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 check. Okay, I'm recording.
You're doing,
Okay, we're good to go.
Ben Stiller from Night at the
All right.
Museum there with the check thing.
I haven't seen Night of Museum in like 8
Is
years.
that weird?
How? It's like the greatest movie of all time.
No. The greatest movie
I
of
like
all
National Treasure.
The greatest movie of all time is Night at the Museum Battle of the Smithsonian.
Oh my god.
You're right.
Friggin', is everyone recording?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do the intro. Okay. Welcome back to Films with a Crush Critique. I'm Susano, and here we have Servants of Athena and Maverick Drenzaria, and today we're going to be going over the fourth film in the Mad Max franchise, Mad Max: Fury Road, from 2015. I'm doing a rolling motion with my hand. I know you can't see, but guys. Anyone? Are you out
yes.
there still with me?
I was trying to see how long I could stay quiet. So yeah. Did y'all ever see this in the theaters when it came out?
Unfortunately, I did not. I mean, I wasn't a Mad Max fan yet at the time, so I do slightly regret not seeing it when it was in theaters. Hopefully the next
that was
one,
the wrong button.
that'll be different. But no, I did not see it in theaters. I think I first saw it in 2018, I want to say it was. Along with all the other Mad Max films.
I'm pretty sure that I got to see it in theaters. I think me and my dad went out and saw it. So that actually makes it the first Mad Max movie I ever saw.
Oh, yeah. It might have been the first one I ever saw. I can't remember. No. No, I think the first Mad Max I saw actually was... Yeah, I remember now. I knew of the Mad Max movies, and I knew vaguely that they were, like, in the wasteland and there were cars and stuff, but I had no idea of what they were actually
You're working
like.
now?
Yep,
Jesus
you're back with
fucking
us.
Christ, why the hell is my mic?
Well, it's all as important as that we're all together here now.
The first time I saw it actually was so we could do this podcast, because I hadn't seen this one yet.
Really?
Yeah. I'd seen all
Really?
the other ones except for this one. I don't know why I put it off for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
Oh yeah, everyone. It's the most watchable of all the Mad Maxes. I would say.
Definitely.
Definitely the fastest paced, even though it's like 2 hours long, but it's just constant like carnage and shit.
Oh yeah, it hardly ever lets up.
I think there's like a 5-10 minute breather in the middle.
Yeah.
But then after that, it's like the
Yeah.
craziest chase scene in like the whole series.
You have a guy
There
like,
are like a few
you have a, yeah.
scenes that are just a break. Like there's like 3 to 5 like 3-minute breaks
Yeah.
in the whole movie, and that's all you get.
And you can-
There's no
You
rest.
can definitely tell the budget was upped on this one because the sets are fucking insane in this.
The sets
the
have
cars.
got to be the most ridiculous. Like Waterworld they had some pretty insane sets, but like the sets for this, like in the beginning scene when the war boys are like it's the manpower elevator where they step on the things to make the car elevator go up. That's real. They made that.
And there's that like
It's ridiculous.
waterfall or something with like the skull on it or
Oh, yeah.
something.
Was that real? I don't think.
You got like vehicles with spikes.
We
and
can make
shit
it real.
on them.
Yeah, he definitely did CGI correctly in this movie. The practical
yeah.
stuff is in the foreground, and the CGI is all in the background, with a few stark exceptions, but they're not that big of a deal.
Let's not forget the greatest character to come out of this whole film. Guitar guy.
What the hell is his name? He has a name.
He doesn't need one.
No, he does. I will remember it. It's something simple.
Coma Doof Warrior.
The Doof, yes. The Doof Warrior, that's it. Now, why he is called the Coma Doof Warrior, nobody knows, because nobody knows why anyone is named any of the things they are in this movie. Why is the main villain Immortan Joe and not Immortal Joe? Or Joe the Unerring or something? Who knows? Who can know? Says
And
the
actually,
world we're living in.
Fun fact about that Immortan Joe guy that we just mentioned. Not only is he the main villain of this movie, but it is the same actor as Toe Cutter
Yes.
from the first.
Yes, we did. I believe we mentioned that in the review of the first one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, I think Noah's mic cut out again.
Yes. Hello.
Yep.
Oh my
we can hear you.
God.
Are we gonna restart this one
Let's
or go
just
on
keep
with the
going.
show?
Let's try to
Hugh
continue.
Burn is
All
back as Immortan Joe, and
Mhm.
his costume is fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually looking at some of the concept art, and a lot of it looks insane.
Oh
I
yes.
bet it is.
Oh yes.
And is
All the costumes were really
also
well
is it just
done.
me, or
in
did
this
his first speech that he gives kind of remind me of a Sean Connery speech at the beginning of Hunt for Red October?
one. It's been too long since I've seen that film. I couldn't tell you. He needs to. Well, Toe Cutter did have a Scottish accent sometimes in the first one, so I guess that's close enough. Yeah.
What's
Jesse, you've not got a sense of humor.
and instead of Mel Gibson, you have Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, indeed. The first Mad Max film without Mel Gibbs.
Yeah,
I feel like Tom Hardy
he was
did a pretty good
in
job.
this.
He did.
A grand
Although-
total of 52 lines.
Words?
Really?
Lines.
Oh,
Lines.
I was gonna guess he had less lines in this than Mel Gibson.
Yeah, it
did.
seems like
Yeah.
less.
Seems
Yeah.
like he had less.
I bet a lot of those. I bet a lot of those lines were probably just one
Yeah,
word,
probably.
They were just grunts.
There was
Tom
one,
Hardy is the king of grunting.
There was one line though that he said that where he sort of did his Bane voice from Dark Knight Rises. I try to
Yep.
remember what he said exactly. But it sounded.
I don't know if I remember that
He
line.
says hope is a mistake or something.
Yeah,
It's
I
a really
think so.
brief moment, but I thought he sounds a little bit like Bane there.
Oh, you think darkness is yours? I was born.
Bane's costume would actually fit in pretty well in this world, I think.
It really
It
would.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Immortan actually almost sort of kind of had a wastelandy type of Bane deal going.
Yeah.
You also have
Hold on,
Charlize Theron in this as Furiosa, which I think this film kind of typecast her as an action star afterwards, because it seems like every movie she's doing now is an action film.
Yeah.
Now, something interesting about this, it's considered Mad Max 4,
Yeah.
and it was in development hell for so long.
20 years. Yeah.
Yep. It started off as, an idea for another movie, then it became a TV series, then it switched around between directors and writers, then the Iraq War happened, which delayed it.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Bush.
W.
And then, in 2009, it was planned to be a 3D anime. Then it became a video game, and then they announced it as Fury Road, and then they started filming.
And then it was also a video game. Well, the video game and the movie are not exactly the same, but the video
Yeah.
game takes place just before the movie, and it expands the story.
And during the 90s, some of the ideas were used for Ernest Rides Again.
Parts of the plot were reused for Rango.
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 He who controls water controls life.
That you know what? Now that you point it out, I can see it now. Hundreds of reviews popping up all around YouTube. Fury Road is Rango! Exclamation mark at question point.
It's the same story on a different scale.
Yep, more or less.
Yeah, it's like the reverse water world, basically.
Reverse water world?
Land world.
Would that be Land World?
Or
Waterless world.
Desert
Waterless
world.
Pretty much. Well, that's just Dune.
Which could also be the title of Ishtar.
That's just Stargate and Dune.
Oh gosh,
Dune hasn't come out yet.
don't mention Stargate.
Technically Dune has come out, but that's the David Lynch version that we don't want to talk about.
Yeah. Okay, we won't talk about it then. Never mention it again.
We get it. Which is too bad, because the cast for that was pretty good. You had Patrick Stewart, you had Kyle MacLachlan, and Max von Sydow. And David Lynch directing it, but yeah.
Friggin'... Where were we?
We were talking about Dune, right?
The desertless world, he who controls the water, Immortan Joe, frickin', and the Citadel, and they run. Here's the plot synopsis, just while we're on it.
Okay.
The entire plot synopsis is it's way simpler than all the other Mad Max films.
Really?
You can pretty much say it in 2 seconds.
Is it really?
Immortan Joe, big bad man. He used to be a frickin' war hero or something, and he used his tactical skill to take over the Citadel, where he ruled over the ignorant masses for a long time and controlled their water and whatnot. And he has 5 wives, which he uses to breed his warlords. Furiosa is his top driver in his war boy fleet, and he sends her out to go get gas, which is a routine thing. Send her to Gas Town, which is where they have a refinery. And the wives are like, we don't want to be raped anymore, so they beg her to go, and they climb aboard, and she goes out, and then she diverges from the path, and then he's like, oops, my wives are gone. I'm going to send my whole army after them. And Max, in the beginning, he gets caught up in it. His Interceptor is old, which he rebuilt, by the way. That's the reason why the Interceptor is back in this movie, is because he rebuilt it, as full of shit as that is. That's what he did.
He rebuilt his dog, too. It's like a robot or something.
He did not, but there is a character in Fury Road called the Organic Mechanic, and maybe he could.
Maybe.
He's the doctor. They have great names in this movie, but irregardless, not a word.
I personally like the Bullet Farmer.
The Bullet Farmer.
Bullet Farmer.
He was pretty righteous. But irregardless, not a word. You send Furiosa, out there.
Furiosa.
Yeah, and you send her out there, and then Max is just a blood bag. He's a living source of blood for a war boy named Nux. They go out there. He's in the army that's being sent after Furiosa, and friggin', they drive out there, get caught in a big sandstorm. Their shit gets fucked up, and then Max meets up with Furiosa and the wives. And he's like, okay, I'll go with you people. And Nux is also there as well. He decides to go along. Or not yet. I think Max cuts, he severs the chain between him and Nux, and he just leaves Nux there, if I recall. So then they go off. They're on their way. They're trying to get to this place called the Green Place, which is basically in a desert oasis. They're trying to get back to where Furiosa was abducted from as a kid.
How a desert oasis is called a green place.
Well, they're not very educated in the wasteland, Not a whole lot of education out west. So they go there. They go through a swampy place. Bullet Farmer's there. There's a lot of chases. The truck is there. There's a lot of frickin' chases. It's basically the whole movie's a chase.
Yeah.
They make it past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first 30 minutes, it just drops you into just this intense chase scene, like Saving Private Ryan or something.
Absolutely.
Drops you right into the action.
Mm-hmm. They go past this swampy area. They reach more desert. They find a tower with a girl up there as bait, as Max points out, and then Furiosa like goes to her, and they figure out that that's where the people who used to live at the Oasis are, and they're like, "Oop, the swampy place is the Oasis now. It's all messed up now. We can't live there anymore." So then they decide, well, the only way forward is backwards. So they turn right around, and they're like, we're gonna go kill Immortan Joe and take over the Citadel, and then we'll have water and everything. So then they do that, more chasing, a lot more chasing. They kill the Bullet Farmer, they kill the People Eater who runs Gastown.
The purple People
and
Eater.
No, he's just the People Eater. He is not purple. He has elephant. He has like elephantitis. What is the shit where your feet are like just masses of lumps?
I think it is elephantitis.
I don't remember. I know there's a word for it that is precise, but I don't remember what it is.
I don't know.
But in any case, they kill him. They kill the Immortan and his son. Nux sacrifices himself for the greater good, and they allow the wives, Furiosa and Max, to escape back to the Citadel. And they dump Immortan Joe's dead body there. And everyone's like, wow, he's dead. He really was an immortal after all. And they go up on the elevator, and then Max, in classic Max fashion, just wanders back into the wasteland, never to be seen again, because that's just what he does. And that is Fury Road. Compared to the other three, much easier to understand, mostly because every single scene is a relentless chase, which will exhaust you by the end of the film.
It's like...
I'm actually pretty sure that there's only 3 chase scenes throughout the entire movie.
But they're just
so long. But the chase scenes are so long.
Yeah.
They're so fucking long.
And on the subject of chasing, the cars are perhaps the greatest achievement of this film, because they're all real. They're all... And not only are they all real, they are all exactly what their specs are in the film. Like, at a certain point, they say that the war rig, which is the big main semi-truck that they're on for the whole film...
You can't fight in here, this is the war rig.
They have... it has 2 supercharged V8s in tandem. So that's 2 engines.
Jesus Christ.
And it really does have 2 supercharged V8s in tandem, and it is a real vehicle, which you can actually drive. That works. It's ridiculous. What's the big monster truck thing? Is Bigfoot? No, that's something else.
Bigfoot.
It might be Bigfoot. I don't like the Giga Horse, which is just like 2 Cadillacs welded together on like a monster truck chassis with tractor tires. That's a real thing. Has like 1,000 horsepower. Like, it's ridiculous. The people like the people going back and forth on the poles to like intercept people.
Yeah.
Like while they're driving, that's real, and people actually did that. Basically, it's ridiculous. That's pretty much the summary of this whole review of this film, I would suppose. It's ridiculous. All of it is ridiculous.
What was that phrase you used, like ant juggling madness or whatever?
And it is high octane ant juggling madness. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I found the picture of the Giga Horse, and I don't think I ever noticed that before.
Yeah, it's 2 Cadillacs. Yep. And they put normal tires on the back. That's very interesting looking.
It's also a very like visually interesting film. Like they use a lot of interesting colors.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it was shot so that the movie would work in black and white.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
as George Miller does for all the Mad Maxes.
Which definitely helped. Like,
that's interesting.
Friday the 13th Part 6 was filmed that same way. And it has a very interesting style because of it.
That's probably why that's one of the better Friday the 13th movies, even though I'm not a fan of that series.
And they did release Mad Max Fury Road in black and white. The edition is called Black and Chrome Edition.
Yeah.
And it does work. It does work quite well.
Because the cinematography in it kind of reminded me of Blade Runner 2049. I don't know if it was the same guy that did it, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it kind of looks like that.
Let's look that up.
I don't think it was, but
Well, there is a lot of
no,
desert
it's not.
in 2049.
It's not. But it kind of looks like that a little bit.
There's a lot of orange at bits, and if you haven't noticed, Fury Road is a very, very orange film. If you don't watch the black and chrome edition.
Although there is like one section of the movie where it goes like really blue.
Yeah, when it's during the nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and on... Huh? Go ahead.
Sorry, you could go.
In terms of how the film was shot, a lot of unique methods going on here. It was shot so that it would work in black and white. Well, the storyboard is also a very unique method. It was done entirely with pictures. There was no writing to begin with the story. It was all just pictures that they would do to make up. Yep, and that's another reason why it's just a visual spectacle, is because it had a strong visual emphasis from the very earliest stages.
I like to see an edit of like some of these movies, but done like silent films, like a Buster Keaton movie or something with all the crazy stunts and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind Buster Keaton's Mad Max.
We already got Ernest's Mad Max, so Buster Keaton would be or Charlie Chaplin's Mad Max.
Charlie Chaplin's Mad Max.
It would have to be titled that too.
Oh yeah, wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
So anything to add about the film? Anyone know any interesting bits?
Apparently, the whole film was shot in sequence.
Yeah.
Just like some of the other ones. I think Road Warrior was shot like that.
Mm-hmm. Very difficult to do. Oh, they wanted it to be in Australia, like the was Beyond Thunderdome. Weren't the first three in Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one was filmed in Namibia.
Namibia in Africa. Yes, they wanted it to be in Australia, but unfortunately, it rained a lot in Australia, and it turned into a green place itself, so they couldn't do it there.
That would be kind of an interesting setting, though. Maybe not for a Mad Max movie, but like just some kind of post-apocalyptic movie.
Yeah.
That you could work Max into, just like Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not like, nearly enough.
Oh shit! What's that one movie with Sean Connery? Medicine Man, but with Mad Max.
Yeah. Not nearly enough. Like wasteland movies take place in like vegetative environments. I would say, like even nuclear, because it should be known to most people that if you launch a ton of nuclear bombs, like within like 20 years or whatever, all the plant life is just going to grow back.
Yeah.
But this is also an issue of water. There's a lot more things going on in
like
Mad Max's Apocalypse.
Plant life in The Postman, although most of that's like really desert and stuff. I think all the ocean's dried up and shit.
Yeah.
In that movie. That was also kind of a Mad Max ripoff a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So there are confirmed sequels for Fury Road.
Indeed, there are. The next of which is going to be called Mad Max: The Wasteland, allegedly.
Ooh.
Anyway, and it comes out in 2 years. You
So,
know the others?
I do not know the others.
Wasteland will be written by Stephen King.
That would be amazing until it ended.
Because the Wasteland was the title of one of the Dark Tower sequels by Stephen King. Which would be a very interesting crossover.
See, if Fury Road was written by Stephen King, everything would happen as it did, except for at the end, the car that Max was in would flip over, he'd stumble out, and Morton Joe would drive up, and then he'd do like the congratulations soldier thing that Tina Fey did in Beyond Thunderdome, and then just leave. Yeah, that one.
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey. Tina Fey. I don't even know how old Tina Fey was when that movie came out.
Oh yeah, the end. The Stephen King's Fury Road. Mad Max crashes his car. He stumbles out, and then Tina Fey comes up and says, "Good job, soldier," and then goes back into the way.
Actually, no, I know what. Stephen King's version of Mad Max Fury Road would basically be exactly the same, except there'd be an AC/DC soundtrack. and all the cars would have goblin faces on them.
And the only way to stop Immortan Joe is to have an orgy.
Aliens are in there somewhere too. Don't forget the aliens.
I would still
And
watch
ghosts.
that. It'd be fucking insane.
Oh, we got wildly off track. Where were we?
I think we said everything we had to
What was
say
that
about
weird-
the movie.
I was gonna ask this. What was that weird silver spray they kept using?
Oh, that's
Whatever.
part of their ritual. That's part of the
Yeah,
War Boys
gotcha.
ritual. So,
It is how they enter Valhalla.
dude, that was just Hades. You just were Hades right then. That was incredible.
Valhalla.
You'll know. All right, so the cult of the V8. Gotta explain this. The Immortan Joe is the god figure of the cult of the V8. They
Yeah,
worship
yeah.
the V8 engine.
I figured he was like a dictator kind of character in this wasteland.
Pretty much.
Like Genghis Khan.
Yeah. Genghis. The V8 is a marvel of engineering. I wouldn't say it's worthy of worship, but that's what this cult is centered around anyway. And you get a lot more exposure to the sort of their rituals and their language and whatnot. The cult of the V8 in the
Yeah,
game.
Which is an interesting concept, I think. Yeah.
It is. It is quite
And in the
fascinating.
apocalypse, people are starting cults.
Mhm.
Shit.
This
So maybe
makes
he's-
the
Maybe
second.
he's more like... Sorry. You go.
This makes the second wasteland religion that we have seen. The first of which was the little kids in Beyond Thunderdome.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was kind. I wouldn't. Was that a religion? Really?
I mean,
it was kind of.
yeah,
it was
it
kind of
kinda
a religion.
was.
Yeah.
It wasn't as much of a cult, though. Like,
Yeah.
No.
in this.
There
In
was
this,
no
it's
killing
more-
or anything.
In this, it's like Charles Manson is running the wasteland.
Yeah.
Charles Manson's Fury Road.
Charles Every time I hear the name Charles Manson, I think of him doing his dance in that
Yeah.
one interview. What a legend. Anyway, friggin' so the cult of the V8, Morton Joe is sort of the Christ figure of that religion. And the War Boys are the subordinates, and they go out there and they basically it is honorable to die on the Fury Road, and then when you die, you go to Valhalla and you ride eternal with the Immortan. And whenever they are about to, when there's no way out and they're gonna like suicide, kill themselves to take out an enemy or whatever, they spray the chrome on their faces to
Yep.
symbolize their connection. They're going to Valhalla, and then they do it, and then everyone goes witness, and it's frickin' sick.
Going to Valhalla to see Wotan.
Mm. And so that's why they spray the stuff.
Okay, yeah. Because I've only seen this movie once, so...
Mm. And then, at the top of the Warboy food chain are the Imperators, such as Furiosa and that one other dude who was with her on the war rig in the beginning. They have the grease on their foreheads and eyes. That's how you can tell. Yeah. Oh, and in the Cult of the V8, you have your two types of war boys. You have Rev Heads and Black Thumbs. The Black Thumbs are the mechanics, and the Rev Heads are drivers. Sometimes they're both. Such was the case with Nux.
Mm.
In the game, what was his name? I don't even remember what his name was. But you have this war boy who helps you, basically take down whoever it is you're trying to take down. I can't remember. And he is just a Black Thumb, not a Rev Head, but he is one of the best Black Thumbs. And you get a lot of interesting language, like they worship the Lady Combustion and stuff like that. And they allude to a lot of like car parts and whatnot whenever they're like saying prayers and stuff like that. It's kind of cool.
Lady Combustion.
That's all I got. It's
Yeah.
it's a whole ass chase scene.
There's
The
a
whole
lot
movie
of,
is a
like,
chase.
There's a lot of, like, skeletal imagery in this movie, too.
Yeah, like,
Interesting, like there's
Immortan
that
Joe's
skull
mask.
gear shift.
Mhm.
yeah.
Skull gear shift, which is pretty cool.
symbolizes the war boys' connection to death because they are in poor health and they die at like 20 because they go out and fight and die. So.
Yep.
And there's child labor and slavery and
Milking stations.
treating people like cattle, yeah, and stuff like that.
Fun times all around.
Yep.
This is sort of a, because, I mean, we did sort of see this in Beyond Thunderdome, but this is also another one where you sort of see this, like, society trying to grow a little bit, a very corrupt one, though.
Yeah,
Take
definitely.
Right figure in it.
Bartertown was far less corrupt than the Citadel was. Yeah.
Although still, what the hell was with that gulag thing? I mean,
Gulag.
seriously.
No one will ever know. It's like the 3 seashells in Demolition Man.
The 3 seashells. Oh my god.
See, I have just figured out the 6th movie and how the 5th movie is gonna end.
Oh.
Okay.
Go
Alright,
ahead.
so the 5th movie is gonna end with Max leaving the wasteland by getting on a boat.
And then Waterworld 2.
But things don't go well.
Waterworld 2.
No, instead, he goes to the frozen desert and winds up in Antarctica.
That would be kind of cool.
Who left the fridge open?
Because how many who tagline for the film Mad Max 5 who left the fridge open.
So, Mad Max 5 Global Meltdown.
Mad Max 5, my electricity bill.
So I was referencing Tropic Thunder, by the way. One of the fake trailers.
But in all seriousness, how many post-apocalyptic movies do you see in a frozen wasteland? That would be kind of cool.
I think 1.
Oh, what's this one?
Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Except that was caused by, like, the weather and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The climate.
Mad Max 5.
that-
Well, who knows? Who knows
And,
what's going to be? We'll just have to see it.
Speaking of alternate Mad Max titles, I did some more.
Oh? Are we going to be here for another 5 minutes? Oh.
Since you guys liked it so much last time.
Yeah. Beyond the grave.
So we got a Mad Max Fury Road Warrior, which basically is
Yeah.
the second film.
That's just
Mad
what it
Max
is.
Fury
That
Road.
just is the film.
That's just Fury Road starring Mel Gibson.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was going to happen. Before we do the bunch of alternate titles, we should mention that Mel Gibson was indeed supposed to be in Fury Road, and he could have done it. The only reason why he didn't is because he fucked up a lot legally before he could manage to start filming. So they were like, well, for PR reasons, we can't have him be Max again, so we're going to have to find someone else.
Mel Gibson, you drunk bastard.
Yeah.
But anyway, so some of the other titles. Some of these I got pretty ridiculous with them. Mad Max Fury Road's Take Me Home. Mad Max Fury Road Runner.
Oh,
Starring Plymouth Roadrunner. Instead of an XB Falcon, he drives a Plymouth Roadrunner.
I was thinking of the Road Runner
Like
from
Looney
Looney
Tunes.
Tunes. Yeah.
Well, that made more sense. I'm just too into cars. When I hear the
Mad
word
Max.
STI, I think of a Subaru, not of a sexually transmitted infection. That's how deep in I am.
Mad Max, The Long and Winding Fury Road.
That one takes place on an actual road.
Walmart flashbacks. You remember that song that would play on Walmart radio every day
Oh,
is a
God,
winding
which-
road?
Oh, yeah.
I don't... Move on. Do the next one. I want to forget.
Mad Max, The Fury Road to El Dorado.
That's when
That's
he travels to South America through the desert.
That one actually does bring up some pretty good ideas, though. Because, all of the Mad Maxes just take place in Australia, but the whole world has fallen to nuclear war, or has it? We don't know. So
see,
it would be cool
America
to see
look like
what
that.
other continents, like what their state is.
I actually read a theory that Australia was the only place that got hurt by all this. And so then they sent some peacekeeping dudes to go to Australia, but then they saw that everybody turned to fetish gear and decided, no, it's not worth saving, and just left.
I mean, it is a slightly funny theory, but you'd think that like something would be
Okay.
done, and Mad Max is indeed
Yeah.
a realistic series. So
I got some more of these, by the way.
go ahead.
Including Mad Max Big Rigs Over the Fury Road Racing.
The next Mad Max game,
He just drives backwards to gain infinite speed, and that's how
Yeah.
he gets away.
and he can drive vertically up walls.
Mad Max Follow the Fury Road.
Oh yeah, and then Dr. Oz comes in there.
Dr. Oz?
Yeah, Dr. Oz. He's a wizard,
Don't pay attention to the man behind the teleprompter. Mad Max King of the Fury Road.
Yes.
Mad Max on the Fury Road again.
Mad Max Rides Again, featuring Herbie.
Mad Max Hit the Fury Road, Jack.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, and it's dark out. And we're wearing
Both
sunglasses.
wearing sunglasses.
Hit
it.
Blues Brothers Mad Max.
That would be pretty
That's an
amazing.
interesting movie.
Mad Max Fury Road to Morocco. Mad Max Fury Road to Perdition. Which would have to be a gangster movie, apparently. Mad Max Fury Roadhouse.
Ooh. That's just like Beyond Thunderdome again.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mad Max Fire and Fury Road.
Yeah.
Mad Max Sound and Fury Road.
I was hoping you were going to make that one. I was hoping with all my heart that you weren't going to remind me of that.
Yeah, and it's just a stream of
Well,
consciousness
actually-
film.
I actually have that book right here.
Oh,
so
really?
this is the point when the podcast turns into me just reading the whole book. Through the fence.
And it's also a book where a mentally ill man says, "I smelled the bright cold."
I've actually never read it, so...
Through the
darn.
fence, between the curling flower spaces,
Yeah,
I could see them
Sound
hitting.
and Fury. Oh my god.
They were coming toward where the flag was, and I went along the fence.
Sound and Fury, by the way, the title is from Macbeth.
Yes,
It's
yes.
from Macbeth.
Full of sound
And
and
it-
fury,
It
signifying
is a tale told
nothing.
by an idiot.
Yep.
I think the title should have been A Tale Told by an Idiot. That was
Yeah!
because that's the line right before that. And A Tale Told by an Idiot could work with almost saying.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Mad Max Fury Road Trip.
Mm.
Which would basically just be like a road trip movie, but starring
Christmas
Mad Max.
Vacation.
It'd just be the first vacation movie with Mad Max.
Yes,
I guess.
yes.
Mad Max Revolutionary Road. Mad Max 2 for the Fury Road. Cormac McCarthy's Mad
No.
Max the Fury
Stop! Not that one. See, I've actually just taken all of the Mad Max titles to create the ultimate Mad Max title.
What is it?
Road. Oh my god.
Mad Max, Mad Max, Mad Max, Mad Max.
Oh come on, can't we just get beyond Thunderdome?
Can't we just get beyond Mad Max?
You know the problem with with Mystery Science Theater is that they told you how to refute when someone says Thunderdome, like how to counter it, but they don't give you a counter for the counter, so you're just kind of shit out of luck when someone
It's
says.
because nobody uses like the word Thunderdome unless they're talking about.
That's absolutely true.
That's the whole point. That's why that joke's so pointless. Mad Max Glory Road.
Glory Road.
Mad Max The Fury Road Chip.
Thunderdome Warrior Beyond Mad Max Fury.
I like that one.
Thunderdome Warrior. That just is pretty. That title just in itself, just Thunderdome Warrior. That's pretty cool.
Mad Max Fury Road Rage.
I mean, that's basically already the movie.
Yeah. It's like the Burnout
Mad
games.
Max Holiday Road.
Holiday, there, Christmas Vacation. There you go, but with Mad Max.
There's Mad Max Fury Road Rage. Or wait, I already said that one. Damn it. Mad Max Fury Road to Hell. That's the last one.
And then I'm imagining he's just driving along, and just a hole just opens up in the ground, and he just falls straight to hell, and then he has to fight demons in hell.
And of course, there has to be an AC/DC soundtrack in this, because, Highway to Hell. The Fury Warrior, Mad Thunder Max.
My life is a highway, and I'm gonna drive it highway to hell. Bump, dunk, bump, bump.
All right, well, I think that's it.
All right, good movie.
Very
Good movie.
We're gonna give it a large oak tree out of a total of 100 chocolates.
Wait, what?
That's
our rating.
Oh.
I didn't stutter, but I'll say it again. A large oak tree out of a total of 100 chocolates. Go watch it.
Is there a yellow ribbon around that oak tree?
Most certainly.
Now, if for some reason you just skip to the end of this, I shall summarize the whole movie in a sound.
Could you describe it in describe it in a word? No.
No.
Could you describe it in a sigh?
That was the review of Mad Max Sound and Fury Road. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Films Under Constant Critique, and we will see you in the next one, and we hope you'll join us.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.